It's your boy Ron Don, and I'm back in the building with My Way of the Highway podcast. Lead with love to find your true self, and God will lead you in the right direction. It's been a long week, people. I sacrificed everything just to make it here. You know, a lot of shoots, a lot of events. Real tiring, you know what I mean? But I knew I had to get up here and talk to the people. It's my sanctuary, man. It's where I feel like I'm at home. And a lot of times I love to do this by myself, even though I love to have guests on and things of that nature. But I love to just speak freely. You know what I mean? And you already know, like, throughout the week, I look at the landscape of things and my brain starts to work. And one thing that came to my mind this week was, I remember when your girl felt like she was your girl. And what made me start to think like that was I ran into one of my homegirls at ShopRite, right? And we had a conversation or whatever. And in my head, when the conversation was over, I'm like, damn, she's still like a reserved chick. Like, people definitely would deem her like as a bad joint. You know what I mean? Like, but I'm like, it's crazy because I never seen her online naked. I don't know what her body looked like under her clothes. She doesn't post pictures showing herself. And it made me think. I'm feeling a little old right now. I'm feeling a little old right now because I'm about to say some things like back in my day. I remember when we didn't have to compete with the whole world with our chick. It made me do some research, right? I looked up when Instagram launched. And when I searched it in Google, what I came up with, it was 2010. I graduated high school in 2009, right? And what Kanye said when he said, Instagram got your bitch, it's starting to make a lot of sense to me. You know why? Because anytime anything good happens in somebody's life, they run to their phone and they post it online. You might find out some news from your significant other when they post it on social media. And it made me think, when did the first iPhone come out, yo? You got to understand, so when I was in high school, we had Facebook, we had MySpace, and most people didn't have these different things on their phone. Like, it wasn't an app, to my knowledge. You know what I'm saying? We always had to go. I had to go to somebody's house. I didn't get the internet until I was 17 years old. So that was 2007. The iPhone's dropping. The first iPhone dropped in 2007. So if anything, I had to go to the crib to check my messages, to hit somebody up, and things of that nature. I had free after 9. They like, this is an old ass nigga right here, man. But what I'm saying is, at that time, girls wasn't looking for validation from everywhere. You know what I mean? It's like, when you meet a girl, right? Because I had to look this up as well. When did the leggings become popular again? And when I typed it in Google, it told me that leggings came back popular, let me see, around 2008, right? They start coming out with the flimsy ones. They had to wear certain panties so it wouldn't see through. I think they came up with the word thought around that time. that hoe over there. So you got to understand, right? When I'm growing up, right? And I'm 17, 18 years old, my girl not on the internet like that. You know what I'm saying? She not posting crazy pictures at that time. So at this time, your girl's still feeling like your girl. It's not like 10,000 niggas seeing your girl naked at this point. Your girl seeming more special to you at this time. And the reason why I'm saying this is because, like, I respect my elders, right? And they give me a lot of game because they could tell me about times in an era that I wasn't there. And they could really paint the picture for me, right? And I could appreciate that. I could see the disconnect of what's going on right now because a lot of people, some people was born in 2000. They always had Instagram. They always had smartphones. By the time they was 10, Instagram just started. So by the time they was 20, it was full-fledged. So it's the norm for them, right? So what I'm saying is, right, so the leggings come back popular in 2008. The first iPhone drops June 29th, 2007. Instagram drops 2010, right? So now everybody's posting pictures. We don't got videos yet. No videos yet. Just pictures at this point, right? Girls not doing the famous pose when they looking over their shoulder. The BBL is not that popular at this time. I mean, I didn't know no girls with fake butts at this time. Maybe, did I? Not sure. It wasn't really a thing like that. That's Reem right there. I'm gonna hit him right back. And that's the homie. I met him out there as well when I was in South Brunswick. I moved to South Brunswick when I was 16 years old. And I met my homie, my manager, my business partner. You know what I'm saying? In South Brunswick or whatever. And I'm gonna talk about that too. But let me get back on track, right? 444. Huh. 444 on them. But right, alright. So we could see everything moving at this point, right? Instagram, the leggings, the leggings with the no drawers on. You know what I'm saying? And the new theme of sharing your girl with the whole world. You know what I mean? And people starting to want instant gratification. You know what I'm saying? That's when this starts to come in, right? People starting to want to get likes right now. The popularity contest starts. And then when it got me thinking, I'm like, sometimes you'll bag a girl, right? You won't even know her shit crazy until you get her to the crib, right? You get her to the crib and you bust that thing open and her shit crazy fat. You like, damn. You know what I'm saying? Like, at the time when you hollering at girls at this time, it's like, it's more intimate. You know what I'm saying? Right now, we see a chick, her shit fat. We in her DMs. It is what it is, right? I felt like the interactions were more genuine then than they are now. Is the world doomed? Are we doomed, man? Are relationships over? Will you not have to share? You gotta become like a multi-millionaire just to basically save your girl from the world, man. I got no problem with people going on the internet and making money. It is what it is. But at what expense do we have to pay for this money? Is it worth it? We took away the backbone. of the whole country, basically, you know what I'm saying? The nuclear family, the father and the mother. You know, in my era, sounding like an old nigga, right? You know, when I was young, even now, it's probably even worse now. You know, we probably was the first wave of kids that nobody really had fathers in the house. And I was talking to my brother the other day. He had called me and he asked me did he leave his charger in my car? And I'm like, nah, you left it in your boss car, bro. You took it out. He like, damn, man, his car got towed last night. I'm like, damn, what the fuck happened to him? He dropped us all off at the work. Then he went and took his son home. Then when he dropped his son off, he said he got pulled over. I'm like, damn, that's ass. He like, yeah, he was like, late child support payments. And it blew my mind when he said it, because I was just having a conversation with my girl, right? Like, yo, like, when they brung in like that welfare and that all that shit, and they had to put the man on child support whether he had a job or not. I'm like, I watched a documentary that really went in depth about it, but I'm like, yo, like, that really gave them permission to hunt down the black man, because if you missed a payment, they was knocking on your door and you had to go to jail. Whether you had a job or not, if you missed a payment, they had the right to come and get you and take your ass to jail for child support. It's like the girl signed off for the slave master to go hunt the slaves again, right? Because, you know, they said the 13th Amendment, right? It abolished slavery, but if you commit a crime, which not paying child support is a crime, that you could be a slave again. So it's like, in a sense, they made a deal with the devil. They signed it away. Here, I don't give a fuck what happened to that nigga. Cut me that check. Y'all could go hunt that nigga down. So when he tell me, yo, he like, yo, he said he missed a dollar. I was like, what? $1? Nigga ain't paid the whole full amount and then missed $1 and then put a warrant out for his arrest? Nah, that can't be real. That can't be real. How that man going? They took his truck. How he gonna go make money to pay the child support? He just dropped the kid off. The kid that he on child support for, he just dropped the kid off to the house. And they damn near took his ass to jail, but they did take his car. I'm trying to see, dude, we think about the decisions that we make. Whether you like your baby father or not, is it the right decision to do that? If everybody's so strong, right? Why it seem like everybody needs so much help? And on top of that, at the expense of somebody else. Like I said before, I don't got no kids. It's a saying, right? They say a smart man learns from his mistakes. A wise man learns from others. And it always seems like if I tell somebody, you know, certain things, they'll be like, who hurt you? For some reason, they think when you're not into something, somebody hurt you. Or they'll throw out some term like, you must not love your mother. What the fuck? I've seen so many things in my life that disgust me. To the point I don't have to go through that shit to ever do that shit. Like, I don't have to experience everything in the world. I never nutted a girl in my life. I'm 31 years old. Never did it, ever, even with a condom on. Y'all probably think I'm whack, corny. Everything in the world is backwards though anyway. Because when we was younger, we used to lie about our body counts. You know why? Because you would be looked at a certain way if you didn't fuck a lot of females, right? For me, I always been in a relationship all the time. Like my first girlfriend, I was with her for like damn near 7 years. We was a couple months off of 7 years. So you gotta understand, I ain't start cheating on her until, well, I didn't start cheating on her until like 5 years in. She way at college. It's over. We breaking up, getting back together sometimes. You know what I'm saying? So I'm really just jumping off the porch at that time. Right? Like 22, I started smashing, like trying to get my numbers up. I really was trying to get my numbers up. At like 22 years old, I was trying to get my numbers up. And niggas that was 22 years telling me that they had 100 bodies. I'm like, when, nigga? I'm getting pussy pretty much on a regular basis. Like, how you fucked 100 bitches? And I'm like, I'm racing to 20. I'm like, damn, nigga, like, niggas be lying anyway, though. They ain't no, I still don't think I fucked 100 bitches, bro. Keep it 100. Nowadays, females got way more, well, funny story. When I was talking to one of my homegirls back then, we probably around that same time, because I think, yeah, it was around that same time. And we talking about body count, and she telling me, I'm like, well, how many, fuck, I mean, I don't give a fuck how many people you slept with. I was like, what, like 50? She was like, nah. I was like, what, less? She was like, nah, more. I'm like, what, 60? She was like, more than that. I'm like, damn, nigga, what? Like 70? She said, more than that. I stopped asking. I didn't look at her crazy. She the homegirl. That's why I'm telling you, I don't judge people. I don't be judging people. I got a lot of homegirls that do a lot of wild shit. Take niggas' money. All types of wild shit. You know what I mean? Like, who am I to judge? You know what I mean? But what I'm saying is, like, it seems like everything is fucking backwards. It's like we live in an upside down world or some shit. Like niggas don't want to do nothing like positive or anything like that, or you looked at as like a square. Like, niggas don't understand why I know a lot of people about being alone a lot. And don't ever feel bad if you're alone. Sometimes I call this podcast the Me, Myself, and I podcast, because sometimes I just gotta vent. But we gonna keep it moving right along, man. I wrote down a couple things, jotted down a couple things, and a couple questions that I got. Why do girls say, as in an insult, he tried to fuck me, he still tried to fuck? I know we all heard people say that, right? We all heard these females say, yeah, he still tried to fuck though. You ever heard that kid from the Wild Thornberry? I think his name was like, it wasn't Darwin. Darwin was the monkey. His name, they found the little wild kid. He didn't speak any English. He just screamed some wild shit out all the time. When a girl says he tried to fuck me, that's what I hear. I hear the little kid from the Wild Thornberry. That little nigga. I'll be like, what does this mean? So if somebody could comment down there, because you got to understand, man, if you put a hole in a dumpster, a dude will stick their dick in it. I don't know if it's like, you know, do they feel good because the nigga try to fuck them? Like, niggas try to fuck everybody. They got something called a glory hole. You don't know what's on the other side of it. Niggas stick their dick in there. So I'm baffled. I don't know what it is. You know what I'm saying? You tell me. That's an open-ended question for you guys. Think about that for me. I'm going to tell you what else I seen this week, man. Some more buffoonery. I'm not going to say no names, but I seen an interview, right? There was this guy up there. He was talking about his homie or whatever, or some nigga he knew. He blew up and he's a famous rapper now. And he was crying for about an hour, saying that he left us here. He said he was going to sign us. He ain't do nothing for us. And all I'm hearing is where, nigga. Fuck is you talking about, bro? I'm seeing a grown ass man up here saying, yeah, he ain't do nothing for the hood. He ain't do nothing for niggas. He ain't send niggas bail money. What? You will never, ever in my life, you will never catch me begging no fucking man for no fucking money, nigga, that I ain't work for. I don't give a fuck if the nigga blew up or not. The nigga don't owe you shit. You see me doing this podcast by myself? But when I'm a millionaire, it's gonna be people that come out the woodwork that said they grew up with me. And they're gonna feel entitled to what I have. Maybe that's why it grinds my gears when I see this fucking bullshit online. Niggas crying about, oh yeah, well, he ain't do this for us, he ain't do that for us. What? Shit's weird to me. The interview got millions of views. I wonder, do people really think something about that interview? I always try to put myself in their shoes. Like, if a nigga came out all salty because I don't talk to them or hang out with them no more, I don't stand on the block. I'm 31 fucking years old, my nigga. I'm at a different stage in my life. I don't just hang out with niggas to be hanging out with niggas. You don't know how many long nights I ain't fucking sleep, motherfucker, when I'm trying to get money. Me doing fucking Uber Eats, nigga. Niggas think they entitled for what the fuck you work for. My message is, don't never in your fucking life ever don't let nobody make you feel like you should be giving them something because you made it. Fuck that shit. Did they help you? I'm not saying I wouldn't help them. I'm not even saying that. But you can't come out here saying I need to do something for you. What the fuck? You know what I do for you? Send a Call of Duty airstrike over your fucking hood, nigga. If you ever say some shit about me again, what the fuck? I don't know. Maybe it's just me. Maybe you should just do shit for people that wasn't there for you the whole time. Maybe you should just give everybody what you fucking earned. Maybe you should. Or maybe you should just, if a nigga do some shit from the kindness of his heart, you should just accept that.